What happens when you go live and your property goes onto the market? Hi, it's Leighton here and welcome to the Property Space, where you can get all the information you need when it comes to buying and selling a property. This is the Selling Series, and today we're going to talk about what happens when your property goes live on the market, including viewings, feedback, and preparing to sell. Number one, viewings. Try to be flexible with viewings. It can be a pain having to tidy up and prepare your property for each time someone comes round. But the more flexible you can be, the more likely it is you'll have more potential buyers visiting your home. I would always recommend leaving a key with the estate agent, especially if you can't always be there to let them in. And assuming the agent knows what the buyer is looking for, it can definitely work in your favour if they show your property on the back of them inquiring to someone else's property. Some homeowners think this is a bad thing because they didn't specifically inquire into yours, but as I said, if the agent knows what they're looking for, they won't be wasting anyone's time. At the same time, if the agent doesn't have any suitable buyers, you probably don't want them bringing people around just for the sake of doing a viewing. So there's a fine balance there of how much you push the agent to bring people to see your property. Whilst the viewing is taking place, it's usually best to step out and leave the buyer with the agent. Buyers generally feel less comfortable when the owner is hovering around, and if you are not there, the buyer is more likely to tell the agent exactly what they're thinking, how they feel about the property, and it gives the agent an opportunity to overcome any objections there and then. Number two, feedback. So this generally comes down to preference, because I've had some people say to me, don't bother calling me unless you have an offer, and others who would prefer to have immediate feedback or feedback the day following the viewing. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to gauge how well the viewing actually went. I've had viewings where the buyers walk around the property repeating the words, wow, this is amazing, this is perfect. Then a couple of days later decide it's not for them and completely rule it out. I've also heard people just tell me all the reasons why they wouldn't buy the property, and then a few hours later drop you an email with an offer. As a seller, I would just try to speak to your agent at least once a week, maybe schedule a day with them where they can collate all the feedback from that week's viewing, and if there are no viewings, discuss how the activity compares to similar properties, and if it's not just a slow market, what can be done to increase the level of interest and activity on your place. This can usually be done by adjusting the price, the marketing strategy, the presentation of your property, and if that doesn't work, maybe it's time to bring on another agent or even change estate agents. Number three, preparing to sell. Once you have accepted an offer, your solicitor will need to send the legal pack and a draft contract to the buyer solicitor. It could take you and your solicitor days or even weeks to collate all the paperwork that you need, so it's always a good idea to be organised early on. It might cost you a couple of £100, but if you wait until you have a buyer, it can become a bit of a mad panic to get everything sorted, putting unnecessary stress and pressure on you. Being prepared also means that once you accept an offer, the solicitor can send out the draft contract immediately, putting the ball into the buyer's court and preventing any unnecessary delay. To recap, today we have covered what happens once your property goes live onto the market, including viewings, feedback, and preparing to sell. In my opinion, it's always ideal if you can build and maintain a good relationship with your agent. You want to have open and honest conversations about what is going on with you and your property and your situation, buyers' true feedback, what's going on in the market, and if things aren't going the way that you expected, then just ask. Remember, as the seller, you are the client and you are signing up with the agent to act on your behalf. So use them to ask them questions and find out things along the journey if you're unsure. To get all the information you need when it comes to buying and selling a property, make sure you click the like and subscribe button. And if someone you know is looking to buy or sell, then please make sure to share this video. I'm Leighton Jewett and I'll see you soon.